Alright, so this is the first time I've ever recorded myself talking for a video. But for the first time ever trying it, I wanted to just rank the Steven Universe characters I know by tier. This is all personal preference, so please don't get offended. I'm so nervous. I hate my voice, so if anyone comments, "Oh, your voice is so annoying, I hate it," I understand. And I understand if you unsubscribe because of it. So here up on my Google search list, first up is Pearl. And Pearl has been my favorite character pretty much since Rose's Scabbard. I love tragic backstories, and the Pearl has so much of that going on. There was no way she wouldn't be my favorite. So Pearl automatically goes to S tier. Next up is Garnet. And Garnet, I gotta say she was not my favorite for, honestly, maybe until Jailbreak, because that was not spoiled for me. That episode genuinely just like blew my mind. I did not expect the show to pull off a plot twist like that. I gotta say, even after that though, she didn't really grow on me until maybe that episode where they showed how Ruby and Sapphire met. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, Garnet, I'm struggling between S or A. I gotta say, probably S. Just because she's a main character, alright? I'll give her that much. Next up is Connie. Connie, I kind of wish she was in the show a little more. She was a really good character, but I feel like we didn't see much of her anymore near the end. She was cool though. I don't have much to say about her. I just think she's good for Steven. And I really like that she evolved so well from being like a nerd, basically a nerd, quote unquote, like a shy, insecure girl, to someone who could literally wield a sword and like basically almost out combat Steven. And she literally took hold of Lion, like she became his owner, kind of. I don't know how to say it. Lion basically just follows Connie around everywhere. So for Connie, I would say probably B tier. I wish she was in the show more. Steven now. Steven, he's a good character. I like Steven. If he were like a background character, like if the show wasn't revolved around him, I would say he wouldn't rank as high up on my list anymore. I really like that he defies gender norms. Like he's a boy, but he definitely doesn't act like a stereotypical boy at all. He's very sensitive, and I really appreciate that. I think I'll put him in A. I was thinking B, but I'll put him in A. So now Amethyst. Amethyst, she's cool. Not my favorite. My favorite episode of hers was probably when we found out how she came into the world. When we found her tragic backstory, because that's my favorite thing in characters. She's definitely not like a character that I would normally like. Or like, she doesn't have the character attributes that I would normally look for in a favorite character. I definitely think I really like the way she grew in the show, but other than that, I don't know. I would have liked maybe more serious moments from her, I guess. So I would probably put her in like a B or C. I'll be nice. I'll put her in a B. So now, Peridot. I know Peridot's like a fan favorite, so please, I'm not trying to offend anyone. Peridot, I thought she was really cool, really cute. I really liked her as a villain. And then I liked her a little less as a crystal gem, but she's cool. She'd probably be like a C tier. She was a little annoying in some episodes. Now, White Diamond. White Diamond. I don't know what's up with this order of characters, but go. Just rolling with it. White Diamond. She's pretty low on my list, honestly. She, so the show built her up to be this super overpowered villain. So I was expecting a lot from her. I was expecting like even a fight maybe. Not that her removing Steven's gem wasn't crazy, but I just felt really rushed. And I felt like her redemption arc was too fast, like too rushed. One episode she's still the really bad guy, and all of a sudden she's like best friends with Steven and healing gems. In the next episode, like maybe even in the same episode, I don't remember. So yeah, we could have totally had a whole season revolved around White Diamond and her redemption arc, but that didn't happen. So I probably put her in like an E tier. Sorry, White Diamond. I expected more of you. So Stevonnie is next, and I love Stevonnie. I've loved them. I've loved them since their debut, their first appearance on the show. And I love the episode where they fight Jasper. That was so cool. I could not have imagined that going any better. Like them having the shield and the sword and riding Lion into battle. 10 out of 10. I would put Stevonnie up in like A tier. Not my favorite ever fusion, but top tier. Next is Greg. And Greg, he's a good dad. I was a little sad about the Steven Universe episode, the Steven Universe Future episode, where we find out that he basically hated his parents for being overprotective, and that he kept Steven from that life because he didn't think it was a good life at all. Like, he didn't see any good aspects of it at all, which was bad for Steven. But he meant well. You know, he's still just trying his best, like all of us. So, just for trying. And sorry, he's not a big character in the show, so I can't put him super high up. Maybe that's unfair. I'll put him in B tier. He's a good dad. So next on the list is Sadie Miller. Sadie Killer. She's a good character. Like, I'm so happy that she was given so much backstory and character development. Like, she went from this background character to literally the lead singer of a band. And then she didn't even simp for Lars anymore. She went off and got her own partner, Shep, right? She was a good character. I was kind of rooting for her and Lars, but Lars is kind of a jerk, so I'm glad she didn't stay. She didn't end up with him. Everyone just cue the "oh no, our ship is sinking" clip. I'm glad that that was like an unconventional way of writing her. It was like unexpected but believable, so that's good. So I would put Sadie in B tier. She's a good character. Oh no, we're going into scary territory again. I know Lapis is like everyone's favorite character. She was too for me. Like, I thought she was really cool in Mirror Jam and Ocean Jam, her first episodes. I thought she was super cool and angsty and moody, and she had super cool powers, and she was so pretty. Like that scene where she's sitting at the top of the tower looking at the stars with Steven. That is so pretty. But I feel like later on in the show, I didn't like her as much. She just came off as too mean. I know she went through a lot of trauma, but I just didn't like her character development. I'm sorry to Lapis fans. Please. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I would probably put her in D tier. Sorry. If it had been like season 1 Lapis, she would probably been like A tier, S tier. But considering Lapis through the whole show, she was almost maybe my least favorite. Sorry. I like my characters to be nice. So Rose Quartz is next, and I know we're all struggling to figure out how we feel about her because of everything she's done. You know, she started off as this angel character, this like Mary Sue character. Everyone thought she was perfect, and then we find out that her background, like her history, was really bad. So then she went from like an S to an F to everyone, and kind of, I think I was on the same boat for a bit. But you gotta admit, we saw her story in reverse. So if you think about it, she really went from being this really awful person who used people and abused people and acted like a spoiled brat, basically, to like this caring mother type, leader type, who like literally risked her life to save a planet and left her whole life behind because of what she believes in. And by the end of her life, everyone around her really loved her. And even ultimately, the Diamonds really loved her when she was a brat too. So I don't think she's all bad. But I understand why people like don't like her, because we saw the worst of her last. I really like her, and I really like her character design. I've always loved the literal rose aesthetic she has going on. I'll probably put her in like A tier. I love that she's such a complex character. Next up is Lars. And Lars is such a complex character. I did not expect his character arc to go that route. I did not expect to see him die, for one. And I definitely didn't expect him to evolve past his jerk behavior so well. I know it took him a while, like even after he turned pink and became Lars of the Stars. He had that one episode where he was upset about Sadie moving on. So I hated that, honestly. But I know that in Steven Universe Future, he really matured even more. So I appreciate that. I think it's cool that he has powers and is like doing his own thing now. I also like that he's pink now. So I think for that, I would put him at a B tier. Let's put him at B. Still not my favorite, but still good character. Next up is Jasper, and I think that's gonna be the last one for this video. Because that's where the characters are on Google. But also this is becoming a really long video. So yeah, lastly is Jasper. And I don't know, I think they could have done more with her. I do kind of wish she was in the show more. She was such a good villain in season 1, even though she was in like 2 episodes. She was like just so terrifying. She literally scared me. Like, she split Garnet apart with no remorse. She gave Steven a black eye. She fought Garnet like to the death almost. Her fusion with Lapis was terrifying. I like held my breath when Malachite showed up with her creepy 4 eyes and her double voice. And like, she only has arms, no legs. Oh my god. Jasper, this is a good villain. She could have easily been the villain of the whole show. I just wish she was in it more. And I still think she was a good character in Steven Universe Future. Like, her whole relationship with Steven was really interesting because, like, through the whole show, Steven was trying to be this really caring person, like, oh no, it's love, not violence. And in Future, he's like maturing to the point where he sees the value in being rough around the edges or just tough in general. And I thought that was really interesting. Not to mention, Jasper got shattered. That would have been scarier to me if I knew that. If I didn't know that, like, come on, who's gonna die in Steven Universe besides Rose? And even then, I'm not sure she's technically dead. So yeah, I don't know, I thought it was crazy for sure that Steven managed to shatter her. Although I wasn't expecting her to stay shattered. Just such a cool fight between them. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I do just kind of wish that Jasper had a happier ending, because I feel like she kind of just got left behind. She was still not really her own person by the end of Future. She was still just like my diamond, Steven, and never really went off to do her own thing anymore. Or didn't even seem remotely happy by the end. I don't know, I feel like there was more left to see of her and the show didn't have any more time for it. So taking all of that into account, I think that Jasper is probably like an A tier. I really like Jasper. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know if you want me to rank other characters. I know there's definitely a bunch I didn't get to, and I am a big fan of a lot of characters. And I can go on forever talking about them, apparently. I really miss the show. So I love the chance to get to discuss it and make videos about it, even though it ended, which I can't get over. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you would like to. And I don't know, suggest shows for me to watch. I need something to fill the void in my life. Alright, bye.